All right, everybody. Our next talk is going to be workflow manager for Volto, and the talk is going to be hosted by Manas Kenge. Can we have applause for Manas?
Right. Hello, everyone. My name is Manas Kenge. I'm a CS graduate and a Google Summer of Code student of this year. My project was making workflow manager for Volto. My mentor is Tisha Somya, who's sitting right there, and Rafael Nunes, who is not here. Okay, right. So if you don't know what a workflow manager it basically lets you create and manage workflows and lets you change the state of the workflow. So those of you who don't know, there already exists a workflow manager, but it is deprecated and only works with classic UI. There is no workflow manager for Volto right now. So my task was to build one which works with the modern front end, the Volto. Right. Uh, I had to, take into account the Plone's new architecture REST API, which I had to do. The workflow manager is a graph-based editor which I have made. Right. The problem was, as I said, the workflow manager is only compatible with Plone's 5.1 version, and there is no workflow manager for Volto. Those of you who have used it, this is how it look like. That's the classic UI version of workflow manager. You could create a new workflow and manage it. That's the UI interface for that. You can create states, transitions, anything like that. This is the how the backend looks like. You use the portal workflow tool to create the workflow. This is the UI for it, but since it's the backend, it's really tedious. You can't really see the UI for it, and this is how you create. This is how you manage the workflow. You can create and manage all the states, transitions, and change the properties from the portal workflow tool. So the old workflow used Python 2, which is deprecated. I switched it to Python 3. The libraries also include something like JSplum and Bootstrap. And since Volto is going to be using React Aria in the new 7 version of it, I had to switch up, and I use React Spectrum library for the UI and React Flow for the graph-based editor. Right. So you can create the new workflow using the editor which I have made. I will show you the demo in a second. This is how the UI looks like right now. Let me give you a demo right now. So if I go to the browser here, right, you can install the add-on in your Plone instance. I've already done that, so it's shown here. You can create the workflow using the toolbar. There are some presets workflows which Plone already provides, which you can see here. You can select one from the drop down. Let's go with the community workflow right now. Let's give it a name like demo workflow. And there it is. You can see the workflow right here. You can change the properties from the sidebar itself. Let me show you how to add a state. So you can clone one from the existing ones, or in my case, I'm going to create a test state, give some random description to that. Right. And when you add the state, it appears here. For creating a transition, you can either go to this button, click it, and create one from here. Otherwise, if you wanna use the graph itself, you can just drag from one node to another, and you get the transition from those two states. So let's say I give it a name, some random description as well, and you get a toast, and you can see the transition right here. To change the properties of the workflow, like title and description, you can edit them right here. It uses the blocks of Plone. For states, you can either click on a state, it will directly show you the properties in the sidebar. You can also check them out from the drop down here. So if I want to, let's change the name of the state here. Okay, let's give it this title, and when I go to the toolbar and click on the save button, yeah, there you go, you can see the test name, the state name has been changed. There are also properties here which you can change, for example, transitions which the state can have access to, the permission roles which the state has. You can always expand to see the whole table. There are group roles. It's the same thing for transitions as well. If I click on a transition, it opens up on the sidebar. You can always select it from the drop down as well, and you can change the properties right here. You can expand it so you can see more configurations here. Now the neat part here is, if you're unsure if your workflow is properly handled or if it's missing some properties, you can always click on sanity check. It will show you there are no errors. Let me create some random transition which doesn't have any state. Okay, let me select a destination state here, and if I click on sanity check, yeah, it shows that transition is not available from any state. So if there are any empty states or transitions, you can see them here. Another feature of this is you can assign your workflow to a content type. You would know what a content type is, I assume, in Plone. You can select them, have anything here. Let's say I assign it to the file content type. So the demo workflow is assigned to file content type right now. Let me just verify it in the backend. So if you go to the portal workflow tool in the backend, let me log in first. Yeah, and if you go here, yeah, you can see the demo workflow tool. Demo workflow has been assigned to the file content type. But if the thing is, when you create a workflow, it generates an ID initially, and that's the permanent ID which you have. So when you rename the workflow in the future, the ID won't be changed. So you have to take care into that account, because since the ID is not changeable, you need to remember what the ID is. So even if you rename the workflow and ID does not match it, you need to ensure that the workflow which you created at the first time, the ID was that. Yeah, that was it. These are all the features right now in the workflow. You can find the add-on in the collective repository. Feel free to contribute. Find if you want any features, just create an issue, submit pull requests. Contributions are welcome and appreciated. Thank you. That was my time. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Yes.
Thank you. It's on? Okay, it's just my voice. Thank you for your presentation. Very impressive work. I tried to implement a workflow manager like this at least 3 times, and I failed miserably.
Okay.
So congrats to that.
Thank you.
One thing that was always complicated for me because of the underlying libraries was that if you have a workflow transition that goes in 2 directions,
yeah.
if you show that, I came to a little late. I'm apologizing for that stupid question, but could you explain or show how you do? So you have 2 workflow states and you have transitions in both directions.
Right. So if you see here, there is a CSS issue which you see here because the bidirectional edges, the labels are overlapping right now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't found out a fix for that. It works, but visually, it's problematic. Yeah, I need to figure out something
Yeah.
for that.
Sorry again if you already mentioned that at the beginning. What library are you using for that?
React Flow.
React Flow.
React Flow for the graph, yes, and React Spectrum for the UI components.
Okay. Is there a way? I mean, right now it overlaps, but is there a way? Can you click on the thing behind that to see the?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay, but you don't see the label, right?
You don't see it, but it will open on the sidebar, so you can.
Oh, okay,
see
at
that.
least on the sidebar. But maybe you could. Can't you change the CSS that it changes?
Yes, a good solution for that would be to add some kind of offset for that, so it will be shown. I need to figure out a logic
I did
for
that in a library so to just set an offset to left and right when there are two. That's an option.
Right.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Manas, thank you again for doing this. This is really wonderful. So I'm going to ask, the question is there any documentation for this?
No, the GitHub repo only contains README for it right now. I need to create one. The other day I talked to Steve PSE. He said, yeah, I can, ask him so I can collaborate with him to create one.
I'd be glad to help.
Oh, great.
So I'm planning to work on this tomorrow to basically modernize the base cookie Plone, because and then if anyone is willing to help, you get free training also for backend, front-end documentation, so on and so forth. I'm willing to do that because I really want to have that in my projects.
Oh, great.
Any other questions? Yes. If not, thank you, Manas, for your presentation.
Thank you.